Hello, this is BlindCamel, Operation Smoking Snakes, turn 5.5, Commonwealth, 5.6, Free France. So, had some exciting developments since last turn. Most important of which is that the Germans have landed in southern England. So, we can't have that. They've also damaged this factory, so I'm somewhat limited in what I can do this turn. Yeah, so that was the thought. Okay, the other thing that I realized is that this coastal defense ship has a movement of 1. Now, to be honest, I'm not really sure how many turns I've been accidentally giving it more movement than it should have. But I am sure that it should be here. And I'm sure that it can reach where I want it to reach, which is seas on 823, no matter how poorly I've been moving it. So, anyway, sorry about that oversight. Alright, so the UK only gets 1 tech roll this turn because we only have 1 undamaged major factory, and we can't yet go to stage 3, so we will do radar. Oh. And that's a 3, that's a failure. Alright, so we'll move on to, I guess we technically do diplomacy rolls next, or we can anyway. Let's see, I believe we succeed in a roll of 2. I'm seeking some clarification on this, but I believe the way the rules are written is because I still possess the major factory in London, but I don't, but it's damaged, I get to keep the diplomat, keep both of my diplomats out, but I can only roll 1 diplomacy this turn. So I will roll diplomacy for Portugal, which I believe is currently on stage 1. There we go, that's a better roll. And I rolled a 1. Oh, dagnabbit. Anyway, it was a 1. So that would be a success. So now I actually get a bonus income. To collect the benefits, a supply path is required. Well, that's exciting. Now, the question is that supply path them to me or me to them? I mean, either way, I should be able to collect the benefits, but, like 1, 2, 3, yeah. But, alright, great. So, I don't think we have a way of marking that here yet, but anyway, I should be getting a bonus income from Portuguese. Alright, on to purchases. So the UK is going to spend 15 IPP for an AA gun, a destroyer, and the coastal infantry. Colonial infantry. FEC is going to buy a Gurkha and a militia, which is basically all we can buy since we no longer have a factory. And Anzac's going to buy an AA gun and a militia. So Anzac's spending everything, FEC has 1 to spend, and UK is spending everything. Alright, so that's our purchases. On to combat moves. So basically, we're going all out on this 1 transport here. Anything that can reach will reach. except for this destroyer here. Yeah. Yeah, so we can delete that. Escort duty. Delete the other one. Alright, so the entire first fleet, except for the aircraft carrier, is going to go 1, 2, 3, which we can do thanks to this major shipyard and this major port, into Sea Zone 822. And yeah, so we'll be joined by this submarine, and this destroyer, and this TBB. I asked Jambaaroa, he said he didn't want to scramble 3 ships from his second fleet. This coastal defense ship is going to go down to Sea Zone 823. It will be joined by this well, not joined. So it's going to produce shore bombardment to southern England. This transport's going to go 1, 2, 3, avoiding the German subs. It's going to do an amphibious assault into southern England. And then we're also going to attack from this infantry in northern England. We're going to attack with 5 infantry that are in London and great. 5 infantry that are in London, and the medium bomber that is in London, and the fighter that's on this light carrier is going to go 1, 2. So hopefully that will be enough to kill these 3 Marines and 1 infantry. Yes, that's all we're going to do. Yeah. So they'll get a shore bombardment from this defense ship. Alright. Oh, that's right. I meant to do this last turn, but now I get my chance. This British infantry from East Poland is going to capture Bessarabia. Good, we did. So now here's the real question, right? If I leave these guys in Eastern Yugoslavia, they will die. If I... Oh, yeah, I guess that's probably... so, yeah, I guess we'll attack into Bulgaria. I think that's the best thing to do. Well, at least our best chances of success. So we'll have border mountains. So for the first round, we'll be at -1, but that won't be true for the rest of the rounds, because as far as I can tell, Bulgaria itself is not mountainous. So we'll try it. We'll risk it for the biscuit. We'll see how things go. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do in this case. All right, let's see anything. Oh yes, that's right. This infantry in Sudan is going to attack Nubia, along with the fighter in Lower Egypt. Let's see. Yeah, this FEC infantry is just going to chill where it's at. And I don't think... Yeah, that's a non-combat move. Yeah, I think otherwise we're not going to make any other attacks. So let's start with the attack that I'm most... Well, yeah, attacks over here, which I'm most likely to forget. See if I can change color. Alright, great. Now you won't be able to see it against the sand. That's fine. Alright, so this nice teal will be the infantry. This brown will be the fighter. It's desert, so the infantry attacks at -1. So we need a 1 on the teal and a 6 on the brown. And the fighter hits. So now this militia gets to fire back. At a 2. Do I get to take the territory? Yes, I do. Alright, that's important for a variety of reasons. The first of which is that now we actually have a railroad that goes from Egypt to the Cape, which is a British VP, and it means that I get to have an airbase anywhere in Africa. Right. I feel as if it probably shouldn't just be on the marker, but there we go. Okay. Well, thank you for watching me struggle. Alright. So now there's an airfield in Lower Egypt. Yeah, let me just double check that I'm doing this correctly. Alright. So that wasn't supposed to happen. Alright. African colonialism. Lower Egypt and Cape Town connected via undamaged rail. One base in any British Commonwealth land zone in Africa. One additional strategic rail movement in Africa. Yeah. So we'll see how long I get to enjoy it, but for now at least, I have 2 strategic rail moves in Africa, and I have an airbase in Lower Egypt. So great. Yeah. So that should be that. Now we'll do the battle in Bulgaria. So again, round 1, the cavalry, which will be brown, is attacking at a 2. The infantry is attacking at a 1. They both miss. The German infantry will be teal. The German cavalry will be brown. And theirs is 4 and 2 respectively. And they both miss, just barely. Alright, so now I believe, and we'll figure this out if I'm wrong. So I believe that now the cavalry and the infantry attack at their full strength, which is 3 and 2. So brown will be 3, teal will be 2. And they both miss, and the German infantry will be teal, German cavalry, they both miss. British attacking, brown is 3, teal is 2. Oh my gosh, we hit. And that's a 9. It's nice that TTS tells you when it's cocked. Alright, the German cavalry will die. Oh. Crap. So, but the German, but before it dies, it's still, the German cavalry still gets to attack back at a 2. So purple is 4, brown is 2 for the defense. Crap. Oh, I appreciate your patience with these technical difficulties. Alright. Alright, good. They both miss, so now we'll attack again. Purple is 2, brown is 3 for the British. Just miss. And then purple will be the German infantry at 4. That's a miss. Alright, so now we'll attack again. For the British, purple is 2, brown is 3. Alright, wow, the British infantry really did it all. And the German infantry gets to fire back. And it misses. Excellent. So, super swingy battle, but I'm glad that the British forces in Eastern Europe are disrupting the Nazi war machine so much. So that's great. Oh yeah, and they have a river attack penalty for the counterattack. So good. Yeah, so we'll do that. And now for, well, so this fight actually, let's see. So I guess, well, we'll leave the, yeah, so I guess for peace management, we'll just add the destroyer and the TBD to the British First Fleet, and the First Fleet marker there. The sub will leave in the C zone, so the transport just dies. I think we can be pretty sure that it's going to just auto death there. Now for the real question. So we've got 7 infantry, a fighter, and a medium bomber against 3 marines and an infantry. But the marines all fire at the same value. So this should be, that's 8. Excellent. Alright, so this is 7 infantry, no terrain bonuses, so 7 infantry at 2. And that's 3 hits. No, 4 hits, wow. Yeah, these British infantry are valiantly fighting to defend their homeland. So let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. Great. So that's the battle. Didn't even need to bring my planes. And the Germans get to fire back at 4s. And only one of them hits. So we'll lose the British infantry, and we'll take back this rightful British territory. And oh wow, I actually, well, doesn't really matter, but let's fire for the coastal defense ship as well. Just because we can. Yeah, that missed. Okay, great. We don't have to think about re-rolling random annoying things. Okay, great. So 6 British infantry in southern England. The fighter and the medium bomber land in London. The light carrier rejoins the First Fleet in C zone, A21. I didn't move it earlier because it doesn't actually have an attack value. It does have a defense value. Yeah, so we got her. Yep. So all that is as we expected. Yep, so that's great. Yeah, so we've still got 4 militia and an AA gun in London, as well as a medium bomber and a fighter. Yeah, we got 6 infantry in southern England. Let's see. I think I still, yeah, that's right. I have to take off. Oh, somehow in there it did take off. Great. Seems unintentional, but happy it happened. Anyway. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, now there it is. There's the German occupation marker. Alright, so let's get rid of that. Don't need that, that's for sure. So cool. So that's that non-combat move. The fighter that fought in Nubia is going to land back in Lower Egypt. The infantry in Upper Egypt is going to go back to Lower Egypt. I don't think you can rail units that fought this turn. Yeah, I'll have to look that up later, but we'll assume you can't. So yeah, we got 2 colonials, a regular infantry, and a fighter in Lower Egypt. That's right. The other thing I was going to do, and I forget exactly now how I was going to do it. I guess at this point we'll move this sub and this, and we don't really need 2 escort duty markers, and this TBD to C zone A20 and keep them on escort duty there. I think, oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to take these 2 Anzac ships off of escort duty and put them in C zone P69. Yeah, that'll be fine. Oh yeah, while I'm here, I should probably, not that it really matters at this stage of the game, but it makes me feel better. Can colonialism score that for the Allies? So that should, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, should bring the Allies up to 6 VPs. Again, not that it matters at this stage of the game, but it makes me feel better. Yeah, so I think that's everything except for purchase units, or place units, I should say. All right, so British are going to add a colonial to Lower Egypt, and then can't use this bombed out major factory, so we're going to put an AA gun in northern England, and we're going to add this destroyer to the First Fleet. So I get the feeling that the Germans are going to counterattack. Just to get the feeling. Yep, so that should be the... oh yeah, that's right, we have more units to place. What am I talking about? Alright, so FEC, since we don't have a factory anymore, put our militia in Maharashtra, we put Gurkha in Punjab, since that has to go down next to the Himalayas. I don't think it needs to have... I don't think that the... yeah, I think it just has to be adjacent to the Himalayas. I don't think it needs to have a IPP value, but we can correct that in post if I'm wrong. Yeah, Anzac, they do have a factory. So I'll put another AA gun and a militia into Sydney. And then we will move on to the Free French turn. The Free France lost its capital last turn, so it has no... oh, sorry, collect income. That would be good. So Great Britain, we're at 29, and we get +3 because we still have Lower Egypt, +2 because Iran's still neutral. So that's +5. Plus we get +6 for Portugal, because we have a supply path to Portugal. Hopefully they don't need a supply path back to us. But either way, we should be good to go. So that would be 35. FEC needs to also have Aden as well, which we no longer have. So we get 2 IPP and have 3 for next turn. And then Anzac has 7 and no bonuses. So we'll have 35 for UK, 3 for FEC, and 7 for Anzac next turn. Well, before rating. And then next, yeah, so Free French turn, they have no rolls, no movement. Yeah, I mean, seems pretty clear what these Vichy, this destroyer and this TBD destroyer are going to do. I mean, yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try and stop them. I don't think. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I suppose I could technically do a pincer movement. Yeah, what the hey? Yeah, I'll attack them with this destroyer and this TBD. My destroyer, my fighter. All right. See. Let me just double check. I believe TBD's attack and defend at a 2. Yeah. All right. Okay, so brown will be the Free French destroyer, purple will be the Free French fighter. Oh, that actually is a 6, so we're going to kill the Vichy TBD. Brown will be the Vichy destroyer, purple will be the Vichy TBD. The TBD actually gets a hit, son of a gun. Alright, we'll lose the Free French destroyer. Oh. We'll lose the Free French destroyer. I still have the advantage, but yeah, we're going to break off the attack. I feel like that went about as well as it could have. Yep. So Free French fighter will go back to French Morocco. Free France does not have any money, so we'll end our turn and collect 2 IPP. And that should be the turn. Thank you for bearing with me. This is BlindCamel signing off.